was weird. I just got like a little, it was like a double or a triple breath when I went to breathe. It felt like I was like, okay, anyway. Hi, Shani Fannies. Welcome to Educating Shani. I'm Shani and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi, Shani. Hi. Please excuse my disgusting floors. And we have not put Christmas away yet because why would I? It's not Valentine's Day yet. Hello. Anyway, okay, so I wasn't gonna film for a while actually, but I just need to kind of vent about something, and I really just feel like in the past this is something I would have come on here and just cried about and assumed that I was like the worst person in the world and that everybody hated me and all that stuff. But this, you know, I've been getting better with that. If people leave comments that are not nice or whatever, and I've gotten so much better, and I'm proud of myself for getting so much better about recognizing if it's somebody being mean in the comments or if they're really truly just trying to help and giving me, you know, constructive criticism. I really feel like I've worked really hard on appreciating which one of those it is with comments that bother me. So I just want to put that out there first. So I've been reading the comments on the last video I said where I was taking a break, mental health break, and starting therapy and doing all the things. And there were a couple comments that really bothered me, and I tried to just kind of let it go, but now it's like I kind of want to talk about it, not to like defend myself, that too, but also to just kind of defend anyone out there who's in eating disorder recovery, because it's like the hardest thing, and I don't want anybody to feel alone. And so maybe if I talk about this publicly, you also won't feel alone if anyone in your life is discrediting you and how far you've come, and invalidating what you've been through and where you are now compared to where you used to be. So I've seen a couple comments where people are saying that they don't think that I am recovered, or that I'm even recovered almost a year minus 6 mess ups. And for those that are new, let me hurry and explain. When I started my journey actually a year ago today, I wanted to just not binge and purge for a whole year. And I messed up, I think right after 100 days-ish into it, I had a mess up. And so I went live and told everyone and cried to everyone and told them, like, it's over, I'm starting over now, da-da-da. And everyone was like, no, you don't have to start over. Even Mia from What Mia Did Next, who's a recovered bulimic, and also she works in the field of eating disorders now, and she's like a therapist type. And she came on and she's like, no, do not start over. Eating disorders are a little bit different than drug addiction or alcoholics, because we have to face our trigger every day. Like, drug addicts and alcoholics don't have to have their addiction to live. You have to have your addiction to live when you have an eating disorder or lack thereof. And so she was saying, just take off a day for your mess up. And so I did. And then over the entire year until now, I had 6 total mess ups. And I'm seeing comments of people saying, she's not recovered at all. She's lying to everybody. She's totally still binging and purging, and she's not being honest with you. And I'm just, it's taking everything in me to not get like angry. So I'm going to try and talk about this like calmly. I need water. Crap, I don't have any water in here. Rude. I might have to go grab water real quick. I'm not going to edit this. I'll be right back. I promise I'll be right back. I'll just like, I'll just sing. Hopefully you'll hear me if I sing. Until I find my water. Until I find my water. Okay. Hi. Long time no see. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to actually go through the comments with you real quick and tell you and just kind of respond to a couple things because, again, this isn't me being like, this isn't me being like my old self of like, oh my gosh, everyone hates me and they're being so mean, and like everyone like stand up for me and they're being so mean to me and everyone's so mean. Because in the past I have mistaken tough love for meanness and bullying. And that doesn't happen a lot anymore. And the fact that it's happening again is just really frustrating, considering how hard that I have worked on myself in my recovery journey. So I'm going to just read a couple things and then kind of respond to it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this person said, I'm not going to say names just because I'm just not. How did she kick her eating disorder to the curb? She didn't. She still regularly binges and purges. Lying about it and pretending she's fine is absolutely not helping her. And I'm going to actually read the response of Steph because she's really good at wording things and I'm not. So I'm going to read what Steph said to the person that said that comment. I'm not lying or pretending she's fine. My comment literally says it's time to put the hard work in with therapy now because of course it isn't fine. If you think a handful of times in 1 year versus 10 times a freaking day is regularly, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. Did I say she was recovered? No, I didn't, because she isn't recovered. But she's a damn sight better than she was a year ago. I consider that kicking it to the curb, or at least getting a head start, because it doesn't dominate her life anymore. She's actively choosing to engage in other things 95% of the time and is now becoming more stable mentally as a result, which is why therapy is so important. Also, since what Mia did next was brought up earlier as a fantastic example of recovery, which she absolutely is, the first time Shani binged and purged earlier this year, after about 100 days of not doing so, she did a live stream to talk about it and to talk about how it made her feel, and she wasn't in a good place. Mia actually came to the live stream and praised her for how far she had come and how ED recovery is different than other types of recovery. She told Shani that starting again from the bottom is really not necessary or helpful to her mentally, and for each time she has a slip up, just add on an extra day to the original date instead. If someone who is recovered from her eating disorder and now a professional eating disorder recovery coach can come and give Shani that advice and encouragement, I personally am going to consider that pretty solid advice. So Steph just is really good at wording how I'm feeling. And then I want to read one more comment from that person because the whole thing, this is actually what I want to respond to. So she said, Steph, that's because she doesn't want to go inpatient. I think Steph was saying that, talking about how I've talked several times in the past about not wanting to do inpatient treatment. So she's responding to that. That's because she doesn't want to go inpatient. She says it wouldn't be helpful for her, but nothing else has been helpful for her either. Nothing else has helped me? Hello? Going from 10 times a day to 6 times in the entire year? Nothing's helped me? How would she even know it won't be helpful? She's never even tried it. Looking at a place allegedly isn't trying. Her excuse about it being triggering is the biggest cop-out I've ever heard. It would be like a drug addict saying they can't go to rehab because some other addicts would trigger them. That's not what it is. It would be one thing if she were actually getting better on her own, but she's not. Every video, it's a new ailment. I'm sorry that my ailments are bothering you. That really must be difficult for you. She's obviously very sick physically, and with the eating disorder and sitting at home doing lives isn't going to help her. That's apparent. She needs inpatient treatment and always has. I didn't watch this channel for at least 2 years, and then I came back and she is in the exact same condition she was when I last saw her. I know she says she's only binged and purged 6 times a year, in a year, but that's still not okay. Until she's not doing it at all, she still has an active eating disorder. She'll never recover because she refuses to get help. It's pretty simple and obvious why she's always sick, passing out, and in hospital. It's because she needs serious help in inpatient therapy. Okay, here's why I wanted to address this. I'm like, I don't mean to compare this to Colleen, but it just so happens that I just watched a video of hers, and what she said in it was so important. And so I'm gonna kind of not copy her, but like make it go with my situation, I guess. And she was saying how she's really angry that there are people on TikTok self-diagnosing themselves or using words like OCD loosely, like, oh, I'm so OCD because I like things clean, or like diagnosing other people with a mental illness because they have a symptom of a mental illness. And she's saying how it's really important to, because like you can be, what did she say? You can be craving, someone was like, if you're wanting to eat cookies all the time or something, then you have anxiety. I don't remember the example. And then she's like, that's really dangerous because people who eat cookies all the time who don't have anxiety might think that they do have anxiety, and that's really dangerous. And also it discredits and it belittles the people that are actually going through it. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this right now, is like, you're taking away a huge, huge, powerful thing that I've done in my life, and you're trying to turn it into something that you claim hasn't changed at all. You haven't watched me in 2 years. You come back, I'm in the exact same place. I'm pretty sure 2 years ago, I was binging and purging every single day, multiple times a day. So I don't know how you can say that I'm in the exact same place. I'm also in a very better headspace. I've grown a lot mentally. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned how, like I was saying before, I've learned the difference between tough love and bullying. And I don't even think this person is a bully. I think they're really trying to help, but you need to be careful the way that you say things online like that. Like, you're completely discrediting all the work that I did. You're basically saying it's all or nothing, and that's not fair, and that's not recovery, and that's not how it is. And so be really careful with your words. I'm glad that I can handle this and speak openly about it. Some people out there going through recovery might not be able to handle that, and that might make them feel completely worthless to the point that they want to kill themselves. So please be careful with your words and stop discrediting people's achievements in their recovery. I'm sorry that my recovery isn't how you would like it to be. And I'm sorry that you think that recovery is all or nothing, and that even 6 times a year is the exact same thing as 6 times a day. I'm sorry you feel that way. That sucks for you. And I'm also very sorry that you're frustrated that I'm sick and that I get sicker. Every video, it's a new ailment. I'm really sorry to bother you with my ailments. I'm just here trying to be honest about what I'm going through, and it's not easy to do that. It takes a lot of bravery to speak up about the things that I have to deal with every single day. And because I've done that, I have found so many people that have told me that they feel less alone and that nobody in their life understands what they're going through. And so to hear somebody, no matter how many times I say it out loud over and over and over what I'm going through, it helps them every single time to know that they're not alone, and therefore they're going to keep fighting because they know that they're not fighting alone, instead of wanting to give up. So please be careful with your words. Please stop calling my friends and my online family enablers. Stop calling my own family and my husband enablers. They're not. Enabling is, I understand that's an issue, and yes, I've been enabled in the past, but I'm not right now. And I've been working really damn hard this year, and you need to just like check yourself, seriously. Like, don't come back and say, oh, I haven't watched you for 2 years, and then you come back and I'm in the exact same place. Are you joking? Why on earth, like, how on earth can you possibly not watch me for 2 months or 2 years and then come back and make all these assumptions about me when you don't even know? You haven't even been watching. So yeah, it hurts my feelings, but luckily I've become strong enough to be like, you know what? I'm going to stand up to you and I'm going to say something because it's not okay what you're doing. But there are so many people out there who cannot do that and who feel alone and sad and worthless and helpless and hopeless. And so any little victory at all can keep them going. And any one little comment, not trying to knock them down and discrediting the hard work that they've done, can send them over the edge. So please, I'm begging you, be careful with your words. Stop judging other people based off of what you think is going on. And especially stop judging if you haven't even been here in years. This blows my mind. And to everybody else out there, who there's like maybe 2 or 3 people total, which is awesome because I'm pretty lucky that way, I guess. Like to those 2 or 3 people out there that leave comments on all of my videos over the past year, not all, but like a lot of the time, you'll leave comments saying she's not recovered, she is binging and purging every single day, she's lying to everybody. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's really sad. I don't know why you feel that way. I've been nothing but completely honest with you. And to be honest with you, those comments, I'm not doing this to be manipulative. I'm just like sharing my feelings on it. Those comments to me make me feel like you're saying my eating disorder, it kind of makes me feel, because I have an eating disorder. I always will. Just like addicts will always be addicts. So I'll have those thoughts, but that doesn't mean that I'm active in it. That doesn't mean that I'm doing it every day and stuff. And what was I going to say? Crap, what was I saying? I was going to say something. Fudge, now I forget. Oh, I was going to say that in the past, I've told you guys several times that when I purge, my face gets puffier. And so for me, reading those comments, it actually triggers my eating disorder because I'm like, wait, do I look fat? Do I look puffy? Not that that's a bad thing, but in Ed's brain, we all know that in his brain, that's bad. And so if someone's saying, oh, I can totally tell she's still binging and purging, my Ed on bad days, not all the time, like I'm smarter than this, but like my Ed is like, oh, that must think that must be because they think you look fat and your face is swollen and you look fat. And so clearly that's why they think you've been binging and purging constantly and that you're not getting better at all. So if that's the case, I'm sorry. I'm sorry my face is bloated sometimes and sometimes it's not. I don't know why. It used to be that when I purged, my face would be bloated. And if I didn't, it wouldn't. And these days, I don't know how to explain it. Usually my face looks thinner if I'm out doing stuff all day. And if I'm having a sick day where I have to stay in bed because of my stupid effed up body, then my face tends to get puffier. So I'm sorry, that's just how it is. I've been nothing but honest with you guys about every single time I've slipped up. I've either gone live right away or made a video right away to keep myself accountable. And I'm proud of myself for that. I'm proud of myself for that. And if you don't want to be proud of me, that's fine. But like, just know that if you're going to go around saying stuff like that to people who are trying to recover, you're doing more damage than good. Maybe you think you're doing good, but you're not. It's very, very, very hurtful. That being said, to all my beautiful, wonderful, strong, hardworking, hard-fighting friends out there that are struggling, please know that any victory is a good start and it's a good thing. And as long as you are shooting for better every day, then that's good. Even if it means, oh, I got out of bed today. I put the dishes away today. I vacuumed today. I went to my P.O. box today. Oh, I ran to the grocery store today. Or even just, oh, I called my mom today. Or, you know what? I didn't hurt myself today. self-harm, or I didn't starve today, or I didn't binge and purge today, or whatever it is. The little victories is where it starts, and you should be proud of yourself like I am proud of myself. January 9th, so just a few days, will be my year's worth of progress without any eating disorder behaviors. And yes, that includes 6 mess ups for the entire year. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm planning something kind of special for you guys because of it. And I just wanted to log on here and stand up for myself and not allow these people to take away my progress from me, because it's been the hardest work that I've ever done eating disorder wise. And I just ask that you would stop judging my eating disorder based on my health issues that are happening. It's already frustrating enough for me that the better I get from Ed, the worse my health is getting. It's very frustrating, and it's so tempting every day with Ed being in my ear being like, oh my gosh, you're even sicker than when you had me, so bring me back and you won't be as sick. And I don't give into it. So please don't discredit that. I'm going through a lot physically, and it's not my fault, and it's not Ed's fault right now, because I'm not active in my eating disorder 6 times out of the entire year, once every 2 months, 1 day, as opposed to where I started at 10 times a day. Stop discrediting me, please. Stop discrediting others. Stop judging other people's recoveries based on what you're going through. If that's your particular recovery, great. If that's what you need to do for yourself, great. But stop judging other people and making them feel like horrible pile of horse shit because they're not doing it the way that you want them to. I'm proud of myself. I'm damn proud of myself. I've come a long way, and so have so many people in our community, and I'm so proud of them. Any little achievement is a huge achievement, and I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of you guys. So please reconsider the way that you're talking to people. And for everybody else, I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. You guys are my family and my friends and my sisters and my brothers and my children and all the things. Like, I just feel like the luckiest person in the world to have so many loving people who understand what I'm going through and who are there to cheer me up rather than knock me down. So thank you. I love you guys, and I'm gonna go to bed. I love you. I'll see you very soon. And remember forever and always that you're beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye. Love you guys.